Well, I am $300 in the hole to the power company, $600 to Xfinity, $800 for last month's rent, and none of that is including the car payment or the credit cards. But screw it, we're gonna run this thing until they throw me out on the street. My name is Richard, and I am so glad that you could be here today. So after making that last video, I had a couple of close friends come to me and offer some financial support, as well as letting me know that, no, Richard, homelessness is not a viable life choice. Real talk, it's been kind of hard holding my sanity together, you know, with the terror that is the modern American job hunt. Postmodern, I guess. Along with the, you know, humiliation, emasculation. I'm probably being dramatic about that. But, you know, the deep-seated insecurity that comes with losing your job and feeling somewhat of a failure when you can't find another one right away, even if it's not your fault, even if it is the economy. And then also trying to bring, you know, positive vibes to the channel. Not that I try to hide my problems, but, you know, I want the channel to be about joy and coming together and having fun doing things. And it's just been a lot, is ultimately what I'm trying to get around to saying. And on top of that, I just happen to despise asking people for money. But if I'm going to make it as an online content creator, I'm going to have to accept that it just kind of comes with the territory. So this video is all about where/how you guys can support me if you would like to, or support the channel. It is always appreciated. And I hope you guys know that whether your contribution is $1,000 or some simple, kind words of encouragement, you are always appreciated here. And feel free to keep me in your prayers that the ad revenue catches up one of these days. So, first of all, there is a PayPal link in the description. It will be there from now on. I will attempt to remember to plug it, but I will more than likely forget. So, that's going to be interesting. I was really overwhelmed by the amount of super thanks that I got in the last video. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. You are all incredible. Seriously overwhelmed by the generosity a lot of you are displaying. Thank you. Thank you. And now that the PayPal link is up, feel free to use that instead of the super thanks. I know a lot of people don't trust PayPal, and I get that. PayPal's got a bit of a reputation these days. However, YouTube does take a third of anything you guys donate through super thanks or in chats or even through YouTube memberships. So if you give $20, YouTube gives me $14 before taxes. So feel free to make use of that PayPal link. Come on, swallowing your pride was the whole point of the video. If you feel like contributing, it would be much appreciated. Very much in a hole here by several $1,000s. And whatever you feel like giving is always appreciated. I have a support network that's not going to let me be homeless, but whatever you feel like is great, and it will allow me to continue to make great content in the future, and I look forward to building this community. I feel like there's something here, and it sucks that all this had to happen right after I got monetized. Second, I have okay, sorry, 1 second. Okay, I cannot drink hot coffee and be under all these lights and also be wearing the jacket. It is too much. Anyway, I have an Amazon wish list, which feels very e-girl. It has a lot of technical stuff I need for the channel. God knows I can always use more lights, arms, clamps, stuff like that. My setup is very modular, which is good, but having enough stuff I can put stuff in permanent places would help me to do things like streaming more often, but I don't have to completely change my lighting setup from filming to streaming, as well as just getting a better stream cam, because God knows I need one of those. But in addition to that, I also am adding miniatures. I know a lot of you guys have had like specific factions or like specific paint jobs you want me to try out and things like that. So if you are willing to bankroll it, again, link in the description, there is an Amazon wish list with a couple things I'd be okay painting. Yes, there's Space Marines on there. And if you are willing to bankroll it, you can buy them there. They'll get sent to me, and I will paint them. I cannot guarantee I'll make a full video, but I will paint them, and you will at least get some epic photos out of it. Third, I have a book, actually. I don't really talk about it enough. I did talk about it once on the channel, but it's been a while since then. Blood and Neon is a gothic science fiction novel set in the post-apocalyptic city of Jamestown, only a few years before its destruction due to the cataclysmic social forces and political machinations tearing the city apart. Or if you want, like, the really dumbed down version, it's I'd say it's like the character and world building of Game of Thrones with a setting that's like cyberpunk meets Brave New World with explicit racial allegory plus like the high gothic tone of Hunchback of Notre Dame. That mess right there gets you somewhere in the ballpark, I think. If that sounds interesting to you, it's $10. Go check it out. My one request is that if you leave a review, it has to be an honest one. You cannot leave me a good review just because you like me. I often don't talk about the book, mostly because in the years preceding its publication, I ended up writing a series of adult novellas, which are published alongside it, which I'm not ashamed that I wrote them, but it's weird having them all like on the same list. The market is the market is the market. I did what sold. I needed the money. Story of my life. And hey, if you're of age and you want to check out the adult stuff, have at it. It's good. I wrote it. I'll even give you a little bit of lore. Bailey Jones is actually my favorite protagonist that I've ever written. Yes, her name is BJ. And in The Elf and the Bard, the protagonist in that book is actually based off of a D&D character, a bard, that I played as in a game that I got kicked out of for being a drunken piece of shit. Fourth, I am rolling out some new Patreon tiers. I am not doing YouTube memberships because YouTube memberships suck. YouTube takes a massive cut compared to Patreon. You do get some stuff like stickers, but we're gonna do Twitch subs at some point because I plan on multi-streaming. I can pay for it. So I'm not really worried about that for right now. They just take too big a cut. Just go to Patreon, and there's a bunch of extra content that you get there as well, in addition to like stickers. I have only ever had a $3 tier on Patreon because if you haven't noticed, I'm deeply uncomfortable asking people for money. But there is now a $3, a $10, and a $20 tier. The $10 tier gets you marked as a producer at the beginning of every single video from now on. And the $20 tier gets you a smug sense of superiority. I'm gonna add other things, but I can't think of what they're gonna be. Feel free to give me suggestions. Included, if you sign up even for the basic membership, I do have a little vlog series that I was doing really early on in the channel, back when I had launched New Memphis exclusively as like a miniature painting channel. God, that feels so long ago now. But yeah, I have a 2-minute vlog series on there called Fine Grounds. I did maybe about 20 episodes of. And yeah, if you want to see like some behind the scenes content from the channel's early days, you can go and see that, as well as some stuff like my writing. That's actually up for free. So even if you don't want to subscribe to the membership, you can still do that. But subscribing will allow you to access the comment section and leave me notes and whatnot. And then also in premium, you can see some exclusive photos. If you've seen my Instagram and you like it, the descriptions that I leave on the Patreon photos are far more in-depth. I go a lot more into like my photographic process, as well as like, you know, what I think in terms of doing the lighting. You can see me like comparing different colors of lighting that you won't have seen on the Instagram, and like seeing I liked, you know, this because of this reason and for this and this reason. So if you want to know more about my photography and like what the process is and how I go about selecting a photo, you can do that there. So that information is there. That's another reason to sign up for the Patreon if you would like to. And I'd actually like to start doing the 2-minute vlog series again. Maybe like once or twice a week. Has like an exclusive members only, like behind the scenes state of the channel address. Like I said, once or twice a week. Give you guys some personal content about me and like where I am, where my headspace is as the artistic weirdo that I am. It could be cool. It's going to depend on whether the Patreon pops off. I'm kind of hoping it does because I'd like to be doing that series again. We'll just have to see. Like I said, links to everything are down in the description. The Patreon, the Amazon wish list, the PayPal, which you should utilize if you just want to throw cash at me. Always appreciated. Really digging myself out of a hole. Thank you guys so much. You are all absolutely amazing. And again, even if all you have to offer is some kind words of encouragement in the comment section, I got a lot of those in the last video too, and they were incredibly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for your support. It's been hard, and you guys make it worth it. So thank you. You have been amazing. I have been deeply uncomfortable, and I will see you in the next one.